Welcome everybody to the lecture of mountaincutters. This is mountaincutters, Marion and Quentin. It's a French artist duo living in Brussels. They are quite young, as you can see, my age actually, so I'm also quite young. But I'm saying this because I think in a very short time their career exploded, like it was all over. In Belgium they had a lot of projects, at least some projects, at Middelheim, both work, at Fondation Hermes, they had a show in different places. And yeah, what I think is very interesting, I also saw the work at Palais de Tokyo, which was, I think, a really beautiful exhibition. What is interesting is that there's a very, like it's an in situ installational or architectural element, which is on a visual level very attractive. Like it's beautiful how they work with space, but then there are all these layers that are part of the work, oppositions, there's a very hybrid element, the link with nature, culture, nature. So it's a very layered practice where analog photography comes, where installation takes place, sculpture, a lot of elements, text is a part of it. So I think it's also very interesting to have them here, where many different students are working, all often working in one department, and then having all these departments somehow coming together in one practice. So having this said, please give a very warm welcome to mountaincutters.
Thank you very much for this
introduction.
Amazing introduction. Thank you very much for the invitation. We're really happy to be here. Yes, just to let you know that we are French. We come from south of France, and our English is quite bad. I mean, not very good. So sometime maybe you will see us like reading notes or struggling with English, but please don't be too harsh with us. But yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's the same. I think maybe for the English, my English is really bad, but we prepare some notes and we prepare also a slide, and we want to discuss with you. I think we think about, we would like to speak almost 50 minutes. 50. And after then we can talk together. I think it's really interesting also to exchange with you if you have a question or suggestion or I don't know. And for the beginning, we want to share with you some one object. It's an object, an end object, an object, relational object.
Yes.
It's
you can give this little object.
It's an object, relational object, and it's for two ends, different ends, to share just a moment, and also it's tools. It's like button, yeah. Sorry. And yeah. And we can you can just keep with you this subject. We don't want to we don't want to talk in the chronological way because it's not really interesting, but we want to just make an introduction with our practice and our beginning. And we study at the Beaux-Arts de Marseille 5 years, and we make a sculpture together at the beginning, 2 years ago.
When we were after 2 years, we started to work together, and so we made our graduation show together, and the thesis also together. So the story begins 10 years ago. Did you hear? Yeah. Okay. And so the picture that you see now is our graduation show. So it was important for us to show you this because it explains also the origin of mountaincutters, the name, and what happened in this practice. So mountaincutters, just to know, I think it's important because it's like a synthesis of what interests us in the art. So I mean, mountain is for us it's more linked with the geological and the environment, the soil, the ground. So everything that surrounds us in a way. It's more about the landscapes. And cutters, it's more about the action, the act, and how to react in a way. How you can react.
Yeah, and making.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yes.
And it's really like how you making in the special environment.
Yeah.
And
we wanted to create this name because for us it was important to give a name to what we were doing and not to be like Marion and Quentin, but just
because it's a new identity. It's not just for
two social persons. It was more about the idea of bodies. Like a community that is making and doing things in its environment. So it's plural. You can't know who is behind this name, but for us it's important just to put the work in the front of the scene. So yeah, that's the beginning, and we don't want to be chronological, but we are talking about the beginning because it's just important to know that a lot of things we just see now 10 years after that everything was in a rough aspect. A lot of notions were there that and we keep working with this. So there is this idea of receptacles, the idea of the wheels also that you can see on this long table.
And also for us, this long table is really important because it's a particular moment in the school and in the relation, because I have autoimmune disease, and it's at this moment it's really hard moment for me, and
crisis in a way.
And can't I make some like a mobilier or like a table and tools to make something in the space with heavy material, but not heavy for me. And we understand at that moment this tool is not just a tool, but it's the sculpture in the space, and we start to work with kind of things. And
the idea of the idea of prothesis is very central in our practice, and it comes from this moment and this piece with it was functional wheels, so you can actually you can move it and it works, but then the shape, the object of the wheel, we worked a lot on this particular object. It became after glass wheels.
And also this, we want to show this moment because also at this moment we don't know very well, but at the front,
at the back.
At the back we have little desk with pages and poetry, and this it's also a cycle. It continue now to
we're still working on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
and
was.
Also we want to show this photography because it's analogic photography, and we make all the archive of our work with analogic photography for all the exhibition, and we have also numerical way for archive, but it's not our perception, but for our perception we want to take with analogic, and sometimes analogic photography come to the
in the installations.
Yes. Sorry, I'm not really clear.
If you already have questions,
yeah,
you can ask. It's not it's a discussion. Not yet, maybe. Okay, so yeah, it was very telluric, or very linked with the earth, etc. Because the site of the art school is very porous with it's mountains and mineral. So we worked a lot with it, but now it's more different. It's different. And yeah, we just wanted to say also that mountain cutters for us, it's really linked with the idea and the notion that Tim Ingold, who is a British anthropologist, creates a word with two words. In fact, it's organism environment. It's glue in a way, and he explained that there is an interdependence between organism and environment. There is no.
It's impossible to separate.
Yes.
Yeah, you have organism and environment. It's impossible to just split this.
It's just one thing, and it's all about movements. It's all about
context, and it's really important to our practice to have this information, because it's like this. Our practice grow up.
So in fact, organism environments, it's like for us a synonym a little bit to mountain cutters, the word. So we put some quotes. We found English quotes because it's not the precise one we wanted to show you, but we found some. So, but you can. We invite you to read Tim Ingold. It's very interesting about making and architecture, crafts. He mixed everything. So yeah.
Yeah, we we want to talk about a specific perception. We want to talk about when we working with a site with the vulnerability or with the process or serendipity, with the example of 3-4 exhibition.
So
more or less.
Yes, so we start with working with the site because we have, as you said, our practice is really deeply connected with the site where we work, and we always try to work with the site and not on or etc. And we try to, in a way, to collaborate and to be really attentive to what is surround us. So, Anatomie d'un corps absent is the name of the installation, of the exhibition. It's anatomy of an absent body. And the name of the art center is Le Creux de l'Enfer. It's like the hole of the hell, or hell holes. Really heavy name. And the environment was very, very inspiring. And it was a synthesis of, in a way, a lot of things that interest us. So you have this this building.
Yeah, the architecture. It's between on the Durol, it's the river, and on the mountain. And inside at the museum, you can see the mountain and not just the wall, just the mountain inside. And it's really important for us to just discuss with this environment also because the hydraulic power, it's
No, but I mean, yes. This art center was a factory. They produced knives, and they used hydraulic power to rotate all the big grind wheelings. And we were really interested in the way the workers worked, in a way. Because so you can see here the big grinds wheels, and this is with the power of the river that it can generate the power. And so what impacted us and struck us in this picture, this archive that we found, it's that they are working on a horizontal way, and normally horizontal way is just the moment that you rest, that you dream, that you sleep. And now it was very hard labor. So this ambiguity really interests us in a way. So our feeling and our desire to make this installation was to work with these two sides, the importance of the environment, the natural environment, the rocks, the mountains, the river, etc., and also this very loud heritage of the city, because it was worldwide known for the factory of knives, but nowadays it's very few craft people still creating knives, but now it's something like from the past. So we wanted to work with all these elements. So yeah, on the roof, for example, you see a big wheel, and there were like a system that connects on the ground, and big wheels were rotating, following the power of the river. So in fact, all this industry was based on this river, in a way. So we worked a lot with these two stories. And you can see here, just in the back, this is the wall that you were talking about. When it's raining, the water is raining outside, so it's very porous to the.
Also, I want just to say this object is real object.
The original
one.
Yes.
Of the worker.
Because yes, it's here also. You can see here. The head is here. The arms no. Yes. Yeah. So it's like. It's very similar to a human body. This shape. This is a big stone that we found close to the river, and this is big ropes of copper. And this is one of the bench that the workers use that we reconfigure and we create a new version.
And the copper, it's like a body to convoke the
heat.
The heat, yeah.
The heat of the body, because the copper was heated, and so the colors of the copper changed, and marks impact the material. This is the same structure, but with industrial lamps that produce a lot of light, but also a lot of heat. And this is more the part with the history of the bodies in the industrial time. And then on the first floor, we had this installation on the ground with a lot of elements. And so
here we want to stop the water, like carottage or
an extraction of water.
An extraction of water, and we want to just keep this water like a moment, a silence moment, because the industry is finished, and just now it's like a museum.
Mm-hmm.
And we make this with agar-agar. I don't know if it's an algae.
A seaweed that solidifies the water. So this is the water we extract from the river, that we put agar-agar, and then we fill all these containers. So during the exhibition, a transformation is ongoing and different traces appears. But the idea of also this exhibition was to be very horizontal.
Yeah. And under the window. And it's
it was summer.
Yeah, it was summer, and the window was also open. And it's really important to feel the paysage or landscape and the context of this exhibition. And here also it's interesting because it's a battery, like energy.
Yeah, it's full of copper. Yeah.
It contains the image of energy.
And just to say that everything was very low under the window, as you said, so you had enough space to really see the importance of outside, because there was we wanted that to be under the landscape in a way. So the outside and inside was very important. So
not like a monumental sculpture, but just
resting sculpture in a way.
And it's important also here you can see glass wheels and it's the moment we work for a long time and since long time. No? And it's like a shape of vocabulary of mountain cutters, like wheels, glass wheels, and
it talks about also a movement that stops, because the wheels is very important because it's the movement activation.
And also an impossibility function,
dysfunction
or impossible function. Yeah.
And so, as we were very attentive to the outside, we decided to go outside the art center. Yeah, sorry. This is the agar-agar after 3 months. It's agar-agar and papers. So, as it's steel squares, steel containers with water, of course, it rusts. So it colors also the water, and then so during the
exhibition.
Yeah. How do you say, the workers of the art center?
Our protocol.
They have a protocol, yes.
They have the protocol, and some drawings come in the space.
They have
like
to
one day by week, I think, or something like this.
So we decided to go outside and to activate in a way like the real memory of the industrial past. So this is next to the art center, and it's a factory, but like a ghost factory. There is nothing happen. It's a room. But so yes, we decided to also extend the project outside the walls and to be in this kind of skeleton of industrial space. And we showed these ceramics in a structure, a very architectural one, with glass wheels too. So all these gestures, these forms, etc., emerged because of the site, of the history. So we are really influenced by the context, in fact. So it can be
the context. It's like it's the material in this case. Yeah. This is the exhibition in the last summer at the Palais de Tokyo. The name is Morphologie souterraine. It's like
underground morphologies, but
and it's quite important moment also for the practice, because we have specific space. It's in between an exhibition space, like a white cube. In this photography, it's like this, but also part of the exhibition, it's a space with
a lot of
circulation space.
It was an in-between space. We will show you after one picture, just to give you an idea of the two differences. And it was a lot of constraints, but we decided to erase a wall between these two kind of space. But still, it's not very important. But what is important is it was this object. I don't know if you understand what is it. It's a ramp access for the disabilities persons, handicaps. It was not like this in the beginning, but it was a ramp in wood. But it was a very big object in space, and
it was at the beginning of the project. It was a conversation, with the curator, and it is we we keep or not, or maybe it's more little, or maybe, and somebody can work on it, and somebody with the scale, yeah. And we are really thinking about that, because it's we don't want to separate the body in the space, and or reduce the circulation for the vulnerability body, and we want to give a real part of this exhibition. It's this space, and finally it's the first
it was yes, it was the starting point of the exhibition, to think about what we are gonna show and work, and deals with some of the notions. So vulnerability, in a way, is really linked with this. The notion of vulnerability is very linked with this form, and for us it's very important, as you said, because no one is excluded, and it was the only way to the only passage.
Everybody could talk on it,
walk on it,
walk on it,
and it was a gesture to include all kind of bodies. And
also it's interesting because it's a constraint of the museal constraint, and we are. At this moment, we are really confronted with the museal constraint, and
there are a lot of constraints.
Security, and it's really important to give sense, or maybe to work with this constraint.
And so that's the reason why we use this particular material. It's brass, and it creates. For us, it's a conductive material like copper, and it's full of energy in a way. It's something that is powerful, and it's really linked with maybe something more spiritual in a way. But for us, it was a very positive and lauded energy objects in this space.
And also, it's important because this kind of just
level. I mean,
yes, it's the same at the wheels.
It's linked with the idea of movement and wheels.
Une chose le passage plus facile.
It facilitates the. For example, the person who are with chairs, wheelchairs, it facilitates also. So it goes back also to our glass wheels. So yes, we this object determine a lot of things about dysfunctional bodies in a way. That's something is very linked to our practice, as we said, the prosthesis, the immunity disease, etc. So we start a research on, in a way, the archaeology of the human body, how it evolves during all the centuries, and how the body adapts itself to all the constraints, and how sometimes this abnormality of the body had a sense in the evolution. So we made this installation, and it was like, for us, it was like a book in a way, a mind map. Very horizontal still,
and it combines like medical archive, archaeological artifact, documentation.
So you can see, for example, here
like a fragment, part of the body, and also here it's Peut-être on voit après les crânes avec la photo.
So yes, we were just talking about vulnerability also because we were thinking about the space as an organism. For us, the space of the Palais Tokyo was an organism, and we wanted to to work with this idea that there are flows, fluxes, there are limbs. There is like an anatomy history in this space, particular space. So that's why also we worked with specific parts of the anatomy. So yes, and this is one of them. It's just a cranes, and we just discovered that in one book. Here, they found 2 cranes that were potentially used like a functional bowl.
But
so
it's really it's not some archaeological things. Maybe it's used or maybe not. It's not really clear, and. Also, we want to try to show like this and like this. What is it and what the function or not? And we work with special artists, make like
stamping process. It's the artist is really. Mastering this technique is just hammering materials to create a very precise shape. So based on this drawing, the artist reproduced these little cranes.
In 2 versions, it's technical, but it's interesting because it's not the same shape. With cut and not cut.
This is one piece that was stamped, processed, and the other one was stamped and also welded. So for us it was very different and very important to have these two parts, and also it can remind us also not cranes but masks or other kind of forms. But in fact, what interests us in archaeology is, as you said, it's very linked also with not fiction but potential. Nothing is really fixed and sure because it's always moving the knowledge about the archaeological facts. And also I just want to say that this installation in the floor, what interests us in archaeology is also because we think that the ground, our soil, is full of memory. So archaeology is a process to try to excavate and to have like clues for some question that we still ask, and everything is invisible under our feet, and this is something that is really important in our process to try to find in a way we are really interested in the question of the origin in a way. So how also I mean, during this exhibition, we entered in contact with an archaeologist who is a specialist of the archaeology of handicaps. It's
handicaps and care.
And care, like, yes. So how our ancestors they take care of each others, and how they try to repair, try to find some rituals or are creating tools to help the person who were in dysfunctions. So
because also it's a new domain in the archaeological science. It's really new to look the archaeological things à travers through the handicaps and care, how the people take care of the sepulture, or how the people take care of the special body, like le nom.
Yes, like I mean, this archaeologist had a lot of story that, in fact, for the common vision, we think that it's the survival of the fittest. I mean, if you are weak, you can't survive, and the people around you don't take care of you because it's a weight. You can't. You have to feed the person. You have to take care of the person. And in a very long time ago, when we were prehistorical persons, you have the vision that yes, all this person disappeared, but in fact they found that in the old in the graves, in the sepultures, we found some element that they made analysis of the bones, of the DNA, etc. As they can say, okay, this
also
person
of the artifact,
the artifacts around
the
bodies. Now we can say with the technology, this person, she had like this particular disease with the bones, so this person couldn't move alone for but this person lived until 60 years old. So it means that we are reconsidering. I mean, the archaeologists are reconsidering a lot of things about cares and healings in a way. So this is something that was very important for us.
And also it's important also for our practice to share with our reference, like archaeology or lecture or some things, and we want to show this this kind of concern because it's also a position, artistic position and attitude to talk about specific things and political engagement to talk about this subject or this notion. This is like a question with un empêchement
dysfunction.
Dysfunction, yes.
So yeah, everything is for now is very linked to the human sphere, the history of the human, the body. But we wanted also to extend this research on the non-human sphere, because for us, not only for us, but we are very attached that there is not a hierarchy between a rock and the bee and the bird and the human and etc. So we wanted to also extend this research to the non-human sphere. So we start to think about what is the environment where the humans are not, and we were thinking about the abyss, the fond marin, the ground of the sea, the abyss, and we were very. We met a fish, a very strange one, but it was, very surprising for us because we found a tripod fish. So it's a fish that has 3 legs.
He
in the abyss.
creates own prosthesis, and he stay at
In the ground.
Yeah, really passive attitude, and he wait the.
He hunts, in fact, like in a static way, and he hunts with this way. He opens its mouth and he waits for the small fish to eat. But for us it was strange because we just here we already worked a lot with this tool. It is a tripod tool, and it's like a structure that's maintain another body. So then we see.
Non, je voulais juste dire un truc. The question here, it's the tripod, it's the tool, and the Venus, it's the name. It's incomplete Venus. It's like it's an object, it's an artifact, and it's not like the Venus. Elle nous montrerait l'histoire réelle et que en fait the Venus it's question the time because all these artifacts quand chaque Vénus est découverte, il y a toujours quelque chose qui dit que c'était avant ou que c'était après, et la question du temps, et que normalement sur un trépied, il y a une caméra ou un appareil photo, et que là c'est du coup une Vénus qui convoque un objet archéologique fictif.
C'est compliqué. Yeah, but just the idea was just to explain a little bit the sculptures.
It's important to.
Tripods are used to measure or capture the reality with a camera, or when you build a meter or something to measure the environment. And for us, it was more about to measure the time and measure also what is between these old objects, the old Venus, paleolithical Venuses. And what this kind of object could also question us nowadays in this contemporary area, and of course the hybridity of these bodies are very interesting for us. So that's what you wanted to say about this object. So this was I mean we made a lot of sculpture like this, a lot, but I mean it's something important for us. And then I go back to the abyss. We discovered that a fish was named tripod fish, and for us it was like a mythological or like a fish, a sculptural fish, and we really like this entity, this organism, and the fact also that he has its own tool to survive, to adapt itself to its very hostile environment. And it's like he's very passive, he's very resting, so it's also linked with horizontality, with so it was, for us it was a mix with a lot of questions. So we can show you the video, it's going to be more easy to understand what we've done with it. Tripod fish. So it's a loop. It's quite short, but there is at the beginning it's in French, but I'm going to the English loop. C'est là. Non. C'est ça? Ça? Pourquoi ça marche pas? T'es réel, activer les garde-points. Okay. Maybe it's because it's sorry, but maybe we can just play it like this.
Yeah, we can try Command F.
Command F. Yes. Sorry.
We are really old people.
Old people. Okay, let's play it. C'est un peu long, je sais pas. And that's it. This is the end of the loop, but after it goes like this. And again and again. Yes. Let's see.
This video, it's the second video we make. We don't make a lot of video, but now it's take place in our practice. And for just finish this project, we want to say just to consider the context of and the architecture of a body. We want to work with the heat water? No.
Hot water.
Hot water.
So yes, we
make a fictive
tube.
Tube, yeah.
I mean, yes, as we wanted to consider the space like a a body, an organism. The space was crossed by 3 tubes of hot water, so we decided to add another one and to plug the hot water into the installation.
And in the space we can find the little details of the thermometer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sorry, I don't have the name of this object. It's to thermometer. Yes.
Thermometer,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And at the end, to also extend to the non-human sphere, we had this other one, the second video. It's another loop. We can show you also this one.
Yes,
we
just
can speak during.
No, sorry. Just I want to say the exhibition is in the special
moment.
Space because it's in the summer, and in the summer now in the Palais Tokyo it's impossible to go in several space because it's too hot, and now it's closed, and it's also the constraint and and it's really interesting and important to know that now we closed several parts of museum because it's too hot to work on it on the summer.
Because of the climate.
You are just in Paris, and and it's for that also we want to put also the question of the temperature in the space. So just
it's
and this, it's also perception and regard the question of the domination and the interaction in the two non-human.
So it's a loop, and for us it was important to show this video because, as you said, it's like in a way it's a little bit a political piece for us in a way, because it's the bee is more the worker and the wasp is more like the exploiters or the predator in a way, and but it's important for us to show the moment that when the wasp cut the bee, but it's a loop, and we also decide to rewind it because for us it's also really necessary to make this action to reunify and repair and to heal because it's of course it's death, but it's also something, it's like a continuum cycle that is always, there is always the positive at the end. I mean, for us it's important that it's just because the original video of course cut, and it's the death of the bee, so for us we didn't want to handle like this. So this loop of this dance and this death is it was really really important. Don't know if it's clear that you see that the two parts are so. Maybe we can finish with because we will not talk about the maybe too much about the ideas, etc. But just it's important to. We wanted to show you in fact, the process in our practice. So we showed you that in Palais Tokyo we created this ramp with brass, and all these elements we reused it, and we worked with in a very different context, and outside in a real environment. It was for us big change to work in a real environment. So. So yeah, just for the context, as it's very rare to work in a forest in a way, we really wanted to work with the dead trees, the horizontal trees. For us, it's like sleepy bodies in the forest, and so we decided to work with this idea,
also with how the death, it's also fertility for the ground and fertility, and not just fatality.
And so the material is reused, but in a very different context. So we never show the piece in the same way. So this is a very good example of
to understand how the shape and the
material circulates in our practice,
and change, and we recycling all the pieces to make another pieces.
So the glass wheels come from old installation. All these plates also come from other installation, and so the exhibition was for 3 months outside. So a lot of things happen, natural events like this rains. It was the beginning of the installation at the end. So I can zoom on it. So it creates a lot of traces on these plates, these steel plates, and so this was an exhibition, collective exhibition, and then we did another show in October, and in this show, because the invitation was very, very short, we had to react very fast, so we reused a lot of elements in the previous exhibition and to install it in a different way. And yes, this is all these plates we are talking about, and for us it was very important because we didn't know that the rains will marks, because the steel has a surface that is very waterproof, but it didn't resist to 3 months, so it creates a lot of traces. And this accident for us, it's very important in our practice and during all our process. We always are very attentive to these aspects, and it creates another layer in the. So sorry for the pictures because it's our pictures, so it's not very clear, but. All the traces were very linked with the context also of the art space, and it was And this is the brass plates, also that was outside, and this is the trace of the copper box that we've seen before. So yeah.
And this, for just to finish, this exhibition, it's about the question of the thickness of the air. Quentin said the beginning we are interested by the origin of the things, and we think the breath. It's
the breath.
The breath. It's like continue things, and but fragmented, and we make these pieces, and also all the the sculpture convoke the things of the breath, like le poumon.
And also, sorry, but this this piece, it's 15 fragments of glass blowing tubes, and it was realized for an exhibition 2 years ago, and it was shown in a very different way, in a straight line. And when we had this invitation, so the space is 60 meters long, so this is 10 meters long, so we had to think about it, and we developed this this idea of breath, of something that's very levitate in the air, and we produced another one, very long, which is just here, and it's in a different color, and it's this one. So always, also to say that for us, it's we have a vocabulary, and we always working on it, and things appears, disappears, evolves. Sorry for the English. Sometimes I think we were not very clear, but the pictures are sometimes more relevant. I think we are 1 hour, and it's too much already. So we are open to discuss if you have